Hey everyone, my name's Andrew Hess. I'm a Power Platform developer. I also have been getting into AI. I'm loving AI. Today we're going to go over 3 different tools to do OCR, which is Optical Character Recognition. We're going to take PDFs and then we're going to read the PDFs. So we're going to do ChatGPT, we're going to do Microsoft AI Builder, and then we're going to do Microsoft Syntex. These 3 are going to be really awesome. Stay tuned. We're going to go through each one. And if you want to skip around, you don't want to see ChatGPT, that's why we put chapters in the video. I'm going to get opinionated. I do think I put it in order from least to greatest. So I think least ChatGPT, then you have AI Builder, then you have Microsoft Syntex. So go ahead, skip around to the end if you want to watch the end, but stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. Let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is when a file is created in my OneDrive, I am going to convert the file. So I'm going to convert the file. This is a new preview action here, actually. It's asking for the unique identifier of the file, the ID, right? So you could go in there and select if you want. But if we're going to do this dynamically, I'm going to give it the file identifier. All right? So we're going to give it the file identifier. Now, after we convert it to an image, the next step we want to do is actually convert it to a base 64 format. So I'm actually going to do a compose statement. And this compose statement is going to convert it to base 64. So I'm going to do fx here, base 64. Then I'm going to put my file content, my dynamic content here, the file content from my converter file in the base 64. So we convert it to a base 64 format. Next, what we're going to do is an HTTP connection. So we're going to do an HTTP connection right here. And so this is a premium connection. And we're going to do the URL. We're going to go to ChatGPT to do this. Now you could do Grok. There's many different options. It's just it's more important to learn how to do this than it is to learn the exact way, right? So I'm teaching you how to fish. I'm not giving you the fish. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to connect to OpenAI, the URL. So there's our URL for chat completions. The next thing we're going to do is the content type of application JSON. And we want to make sure that we're doing a post method. So we're going to post there. And then we're going to do application/JSON. And the authorization is also part of the header. And then we're going to put in our key. And I generated this key today. I'm going to delete it right after this video. So you can see my key. It's an example. You need to generate your key off ChatGPT API. Now, if you don't know how to do that, I have other videos. One of my first videos shows you how to generate your key and all the steps to get through there. Next, we're going to do the body. So the body here, I'm just going to paste it right out, and we're going to use from ChatGPT 4.0. You are an OCR tool, but what we want to get, and we're going to look at the files that I have. So let's look at one of those files. For Clark Kent, it has name, job, date, and skills. You are an OCR tool. Retrieve name, date, job, and skills. But we're going to do that for right now. We're just going to say you are an OCR tool. Retrieve name, date, job, and skills. And that matches my document. Name, job, date, and skills. And notice the order is not the same. Next, what we need to do is parse the JSON. So we're going to parse the JSON. Now there's many different ways you can get this answer. I guess today I'll show you how I would get the answer. We'll just run it one time. So this is my folder. I'm going to drag and drop a new file in there. So we're going to test it out to see if it runs. And so now it's going to run the Power Automate flow. Perfect time for coffee. It may take a minute or two. All right, it looks like it successfully ran. This is where we're going to get the parse JSON part. So if we look down in here, we can see in the body, and we do show raw outputs, we get to see the exact body. And you can see right here, name, Keanu Reeves, date, actor, skills, etc. All that's in there. Oh, influencing people. Interesting. So we did get a little bit of a, oh no, that is correct. So acting, influencing people. So let's take this output. So we're going to take the entire output right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back to my Power Automate and I'm going to edit. And this is where I'm going to parse JSON. So I'm going to parse JSON and generate sample payload. And this is where I'm going to paste everything that I just copied. I'm going to click done. And for the schema, it's going to be the body. Okay, so we have the body and we parsed the JSON. Now we're going to do a little bit of a compose statement. We're going to compose because I want just the message. I don't want all the information. I want just the message. And to do that, I'm going to use a very simple compose. And we're going to do fx, paste it in, and it goes to the body of the HTTP, the choices, and takes the first message content. Okay, so we've taken the first message content. I'm going to go to SharePoint, and I'm going to add a new file. Let's see if I can do this. Add attachment, no. Checkout file, create file. I'm going to create file. It doesn't look like I can add actual text to it, but we'll get to that. All right, so we're going to go to OCR example. The folder path is going to be, let me make sure I'm in the right spot, the document library. So this is shared documents. The file name is going to be the same file name up here. The file content is going to be our file content from the very beginning. And now I'm going to update file properties. Now I'm going to go to SharePoint and I'm going to update file properties. And we're going to go to the same SharePoint site and the same library. And the ID is going to be the one that when we created the file. So it's going to be this body ID right here. And then in the data here, I'm going to actually paste my compose statement. Now that we added our data to our data column, we can send it to SharePoint. Now the bad news is this is not perfect. I do believe using Microsoft Syntex is probably better, or using the OCR tool, the AI extract data tool is actually better too. And if we refresh, we can see that now we have our answer. So we have our document. All right, so you can see how I pulled in the name, the date, the job, and the skills. Now, I really think this way would be really great if you were looking at like license plates on an image. The main reason I would use ChatGPT is it's very simple, and it's for extracting one single entity of text and then putting that into a data source of some sort. But now let's check out Microsoft's way of using the AI builder and the low-code, no-code Power Platform. All right, so next up is going to be the AI Hub in Power Apps. So if you go to Power Apps, in the top left, you'll see under More, there is an AI Hub, and I'm going to pin it to my left side. So I'm going to pin it to my left side here, and then I'm going to go to AI Hub. So let's go to AI models right here, and then we are going to look at the most popular. So what we did in ChatGPT was mostly extract all text in photos and PDF documents, right? So we kind of extracted things from images. So we extracted words from images. That's kind of what we did in ChatGPT. But what we want to do is document processing. Extract custom information from documents. So you label out the fields and you extract the information from a custom document. So I'm just going to go ahead and create the model. I'll say, okay, so we're going to say fixed template documents. We could do general or invoices. I'm going to do fixed template document. Here's some examples. And so this is where you have exact templates of when things come in. Now you could do general documents. These are unstructured, right? The option is ideal for any kind of document. Maybe we'll do general document just to kind of test it out because we had some things in different orders. Maybe we want to extract from resumes and not everyone has the same resume. So we'll do a general document, no set structure, or when the format is complex. You can teach this model to extract data from structured or unstructured documents that have different layouts. This model is powerful, but has a long time of training. Let's look at this one. This model is for quick training time. Okay, let's do this one for the demo. If you want a long training time, not for this demo. So we'll do next. Extract information that we want. So there were 4 fields. Let's look at our documents again. So in the document, we have name, date, skills, and job. All right, so text field, name, date, year, month, day is fine. Skills, and there's no like multi-line text, so we'll just say text, so job. All right, so those are our 4 pieces of information that we're going to extract. We'll click next, create a collection for each similar document. Add sample documents for your model to study. I believe that you should have at least 5. So right here on the right side, it says, improve performance of your model. You must add at least 5 examples of documents for each collection. Adding up to 20 examples could yield better results. So let me stop. I'm going to go create a bunch of examples. All right, so I created about 14 PDFs now. Now, when you do machine learning, which this is actually a type of machine learning, you never want to use the same data that you train on to test with, right? So you should have a set of data that you train on, and then when you're going to do your testing, you should have a separate set of data. So I have 14 PDFs. I'm going to train on 10 of them, and then 4 of them we will use for testing. And it's a different set of PDFs. I'm going to upload 10 of them, upload 10 documents. Now we'll wait for them to upload. Nice, not taking too long. We're done. Now I'm going to click next. Okay, so now view your documents inside the collection. Use the arrows, etc. So at this point in time, I believe we are tagging. And I guess we have to do this on every single one of our documents. So we'll start on 1. Name, job, date, and skills. So on the second document, name, job, date, and skills. Name, job. So I'm going to go through all of these. I'll probably skip through so you don't have to watch me go through all of these, but I'm literally just going to go through every single document and label name, job, date, and skills. So I'll fast forward and we'll start recording again once I'm done. Okay, so we have that information in there. We've tagged our documents. Now we'll click next. 10 examples. Document is my device. Fix templates. And we will train. So now we're going to train. Your model is training. I'm going to hold on here as long as I can. There's no way it's already done. This may take a few minutes depending on the size of your training data. So go to the model. Okay, so we have our model here. It is training, so it may take a few minutes. Let's see how long it will take to train 10 documents and only four fields that we are training on. Okay, so it looks like last train 3 minutes ago. How long did that take? 10:50. That's just when I started. It didn't take that long. I would say it didn't take more than 10 minutes. So I walked away, came back, and it was done 4 minutes ago. So maybe it took about 5 minutes to create. All right, so now that we have it, let's see if we can actually use it. So we can publish an excellent accuracy score. That's great. How to use your model. There's 2 options here, Power Automate or Power Apps. Most likely for this video, we'll go to Power Automate. I'll go ahead and publish. And then we'll do the quick test button. I love how it gives me all this information and how accurate it is, right? So you have an accuracy score here before training. It separates your data into separate training and testing data sets. Nice. And after training, AI applies your AI model to the best testing data set to calculate the accuracy score. So it's really doing a lot of the work for you. If you were doing this in Azure, you would have a lot more work to do, a lot more customization to do. So let's do a quick test. So we're going to upload one of the documents that I did not use for the testing or for the training. So I'm going to upload this one. Wonder Woman, superhero, a date, and her skills. Analyzing. Oh, and it just picked them up and has a confidence score. Okay, so that's the quick test. It did find them. So now let's go over to Power Automate. This is where it gets fun. We have these columns here. This was from our ChatGPT option. Let's add the columns now for name, username maybe, or resume name, right? Because you can't use name. Name is actually an out-of-the-box field. It's used for the document. So we'll do resume name, and then we'll do date. I believe we can do date. Date is not a reserved column. Then we have job and skills. All right, so now let's create a Power Automate based on this list here. And I'm just going to do, let's see, integrate, Power Automate, create a flow. So I want to click see my flows. So there's many ways to get to this area, but that's just one way we can get to Power Automate. I'm going to do a new flow, and if we do automated, I believe I still have set up this one here. I'm going to disable this flow. So this is the one that reaches out to ChatGPT. I'm going to disable it. We're going to do a new flow. So let's just do automated. And we're going to say when a new item is created, and let's just skip here for now, and let's go straight into Power Automate. So I'm going to go to SharePoint. That's my trigger. When a file is created, but that's deprecated. I don't want to use that. When an item or a file is modified, I don't like the word modified in there. When a file is created, properties only. So we're going to do that one. And it's going to be our OCR example. The library name is documents. Now, what I want to do is get the actual content of the file now. So if you notice, this is when a file is created, properties only. So now I want to get the file content. So see more. When a file is created using a path, and it's going to be the OCR example, we're going to select one of the files in the folder. So it's in my shared documents. We'll select one of the files, but then we're going to remove the file here, insert dynamic content, and we will grab not the folder path, full path. No, we just want file name with extension. And don't forget to add your slash in here. So don't forget to add your slash. All right, so now I'm going to try out the AI builder action. I've actually never done this, so this is kind of fun. I like this is pretty fun. So AI builder. Which one did we do? Extract information from documents. Select the model. That's our one. That's the model we just created. All right, so we're going to do of type PDF because that's how our documents are right now. Select form. So the form that we're going to process, I believe we're going to use the file content. Right? We're going to use the file content, and then we're going to write that to our document library properties. All right, so we're going to go to SharePoint, and we are going to update file properties. And that's our OCR example site, our library name, documents. The unique identifier is right here when the file was created. Show advanced properties. So resume name, this is going to be the username. This is where we're doing a little bit of learning. Maybe we'll try name. Let's type in the word name first. So we have a few options: name value, text, collection name, name data type, confidence score, which is really neat. I like that we can just pull out the confidence score. I'm going to say name text. Date. So we'll search again. Date value. I believe probably for this one we want date value, but I'm not sure. Let's try date text. Let's just try everything text right now. Job, job text, skills, skills text. All right, and then let's save. So we have our flow. It is set up. It's when a file is created in that library. It then grabs the file content type. It then extracts it, then update file properties. So we're going to test with a manual test. And then I'm just going to upload one of the same documents in here. So now I'm going to do Miles Morales. I'm going to upload it. It is already here. Let's do keep both. Just let's make a copy of it. And let's see if the flow runs right here on Miles Morales 1 PDF. All right, so it is running. It got file content using path. Let's see. It looks like everything was correct. Let's go to SharePoint. Boom, look at that. We've then extracted all the data. Now that is way too easy. way too easy, right? Imagine how many ways you could do that. Let's just go ahead and upload a couple more. So I'm just going to do the same ones and upload them in there. It is way too easy. We're going to duplicate it to extract what we want. So if we notice in ChatGPT, this was different how we did it, right? Like we took everything in bulk. We didn't split it up by JSON, and maybe this may be possible with GPT 5.0. And maybe we could do prompt engineering to make it perfect, to give us a JSON every single time that was perfect. But for right now, it was not good enough. Maybe if we tried Grok, which if you kind of pay attention in social media, Grok is supposedly better right now. And we could probably extract that data maybe using Grok Vision, which I'm not sure if it exists or not. But for right now, today is July 2024. This is what ChatGPT was able to do for us consistently. And so you could easily, pull out license plates very easily with ChatGPT. That would be very great. But for document processing, I do think the AI builder right now, if we hit refresh, is amazing. Like, that's just too good. That's just too easy, right? Now, it does come with a cost. You'll have to research those costs as you want. I am just showing you how to do it. All right? So thank you. Let's keep on going. All right, so now I'm going to use Microsoft Syntex to autofill columns. So right here, autofill columns, let user add prompts to columns to extract or generate information from file contents. So we're going to use Microsoft Syntex to do this. So the status is on, sites where autofill can use. So it looks like you can edit which libraries can do this. So just for security reasons, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for selected sites, I'm only going to do it on my OCR site. I don't want it to accidentally show up anywhere else. And then I'm going to save. So this is where models can be created, is just on that one SharePoint site that we've been doing. And I go all the way over. Maybe I hide these fields for right now. Show hide. So I'm going to hide my data, date, skills, and job, and resume name. I'm going to hide all of those. Add a column, a single line text. Look right here, autofill. So this is what we added to it before. All right, so now let's say, and we're not going to call it resume name again. Let's call it person name. We want to give everything a new name so we get this clarity. Setup, autofill. Test file is here. Prompt, enter question or instruction here, or select an example to start from. What is the name of the, what is the name? How about what is the name? Test. So this is really neat. This is AI, incredible. Save. All right, and then so let's do another one. So I'm gonna hit save. All right, processing status. All right, so now let's do another one. Text, or let's do the date. It is an autofill column. What is the date? Test, pulls in the date, save. Person, date. I'm gonna give them all new column names. All right, so we have person name, person date, another text, job. Oh, we want to do autofill. What is the job? Test, actor, save. And we're going to call this one person job. All right, and then one more. Text, person skills. Setup, what are the skills? Test, acting, influencing people, and leading. I love how they put the columns in there too. Save. All right, so now we have autofill up and running. I'm going to refresh. I'm going to click on Keanu Reeves, and I'm going to click autofill. So if you look now, it's now populated person name, person date did fail. Maybe it's still going. It says it finished, but person date did fail. Person job came through, actor, and person skills came through. So that's an example of autofill. And you can initiate autofill just by clicking on the three dots and clicking autofill. Look, I just refreshed. This time it brought in the date correctly. It has the person's name, date, job, and personal skills. It's really neat stuff. So all you do is just come in here and click autofill, and then it starts processing your files. So you can see now it's in progress, and it's literally going to Microsoft Syntex and pulling out all of the information. So I'll autofill Saeed Jarrah and now Wonder Woman. When I press refresh, you can see that they are in progress. And maybe it takes 2 to 3 minutes. So it's very similar to Power Automate, except for now we're using autofill. So you can see that processing finished. It's now walked through. Processing status. It's filling in the autofill of the columns. Beautiful, simple. And the other thing is right now, Microsoft states that you can do this for free. If we look at the documentation about that, you can do this for free until July 2025. Let's look at the documentation. So right now you can try out, and this is not me saying it, this is just the documentation I'm reading. You can see it was updated pretty recently. Try out Microsoft Syntex and explore its services. You can see monthly included capacity at no charge. 100 pages, 50 documents. So that's our autofill columns there. And you have all these other things, optical character recognition, image tagging, all these other things that you can try out for free through the Microsoft services. Now, we have given you multiple different ways to do OCR, to read PDFs. This is one of my longer videos, but I love doing it. Thank you for the question. I'll see you next time. Thank you.